Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your reading for the 14th to the 20th of July, and this will be for the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius, thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. I sort of just had a bit of an idea then, and I thought you really can't see the Sagittarius or the cards that well from there, but you don't get a good view of the cards if I have you closer, so I really do need to start looking at a new system. I've just been so busy. But anyway, no griping and moaning from me. I'm going to get straight into your reading. I'm using the Everyday Witches Tarot. If the readings don't resonate, move on, find someone else, look at other aspects of your chart. If you haven't got an intuition, that's understandable. You will need to put a thumbs down because it's probably not going to resonate. So entirely up to you which way you go. Alrighty. Very nice though. You do have the Ten of Cups coming out here, Sagittarius. So this Ten of Cups is a beautiful card because it talks about happy families, beautiful things, you know, all those nice things in life, having everything, having all your ducks in a row. I do have the Nine of Swords here. So you look like you've been through a period to come through to this. Yeah, because you've got the Hermit behind that. And, oh, okay. Rightio. So some of you have been in a relationship or have been in a situation there was very little give and take here. So you may have felt love for someone, being in love with someone, being with someone, been married to someone. You could have even been in a family situation here where you were putting in all the energy and somebody was not giving back. What I see here is this codependent energy. So if you're not sure about codependency, sometimes it's good to look it up and just have a sort of give yourself a rough idea what it talks about. It can be talking about being bound to a situation because it was something you couldn't get out of rather than anything else, and people have treated you poorly because of that. So we do have the Devil card here, which sometimes can talk about being obsessed with someone too and wanting to be with someone that's not reciprocating. So being in love with someone that doesn't want you back, but you're about to move out of this. I think you've done a little bit of work here with the Hermit where you've tried to understand this situation. It may have caused you a lot of hurt and pain, but you are moving on to better times here. Some people sort of keep saying to me about doing some presentations on specific things, and I will start doing those going forward. Codependency, narcissism, empath relationships. I'd like to do some talking to you about those, and I'd also like to start talking to you about, you know, how to be good at meditating, you know, what you can do to help yourself get into a good meditative state. So those are the sort of things I'm looking at going forward. Okay, so first off we have the Tower, which absolutely makes 100% here. I feel like you've walked away from something that you've invested a great deal of like time and energy in, but I don't think this is given back to you somehow here. So you're walking away from this situation in order to build a new foundation. That one was not good, it was faulty. The Page of Cups is here. So I'm not sure if the Page of Cups is here because you've had an offer or whether an offer is now coming back at you due to this situation. Because you have something solid coming in here with the Ace of Pentacles, some sort of long-term situation that you are tossing up with this Two of Swords on whether to move forward or not. Because the Two of Swords does talk about being in a stalemate. You're blindfolded, you're not sure which way to go here. You're making a head over heart decision basically. Nine of Wands here, which does imply that the situation has caused you some pain and you are finding it difficult to move forward because of this pain. Perhaps you didn't have good boundaries in the relationship. Someone's definitely taken advantage of you here. The Two of Wands is here though, so you are looking at a new path. I think you're walking away from this, even though this Two of Swords implies you're trying to make a decision. And the Ten of Wands, because you are ending a cycle and moving into better times here. Eight of Swords, so you're still stuck in your thoughts over this horrible thing, and you're trying to look at things from a very different perspective here. Look, and being very defensive. I may have to put another card on this to see what I can give you in terms of advice here. Not that it's advice as in telling you how to do things, but from the perspective of spirit. Okay, so what I have here is I have you investing in something that wasn't giving back. You could have been in love with someone that wasn't that was unrequited. You definitely could have been in a family situation or even in a friendship where you felt like you were investing but the other person wasn't. Whatever it was for you, Sagittarius, I do see this breaking down. So there's some sort of either an epiphany moment or maybe even a fight or an argument, although I don't have cards that say this. So it's more likely that a situation has come to a head. And you've realized now that you've been putting energy into something that wasn't going to return to you. I feel like you offered this person something, you offered them love and you offered them long-term stability, but I feel like they've either not been worthy of you or because they haven't actually said no here. And it feels like there's going to be this little bit of a turnaround here where now they're going to offer you something that you were trying to offer before. Okay. I think that we're getting a very flip-flopping energy here. I feel like you've been investing in something and you are ready to walk away, but the other person has held back because they haven't been sure it's what they've wanted. And now I think they are ready to make an offer and you are ready to do the walking away. It's like you've flip-flopped, you've changed energies here. So it looks as though you may have spent a long time investing in this relationship. And it's sort of come to some sort of head here. And now it's like you are the one being offered everything and you're not sure you want it because of what's happened in the past. So what I want to say to you here, this is why you're being so defensive. You're actually coming to the end of a cycle. You need to put down these burdens that you're carrying over this, and you cannot move forward with this until you do. I have a strong feeling that you're going to walk away from this because of the pain it's caused. And I think that you've tried really hard to move away from, the pain and the hurt it's been causing you. But I do think that you're still feeling, and then the Two of Cups comes up. I feel like you're being very defensive here. Yeah, okay. All right, let's recap that. I can see it here. You've been investing in a situation where you've either had someone who didn't love you back or the situation wasn't paying you back. You have pulled up stumps here and you are moving on in the other direction. And the person's realised now that they have been the silly ones, foolish ones, whatever, and they've decided to come after you and now are offering you what you were offering them. The thing is, because you've come to the end of this, you're not sure how to progress, really. You're trying to put down your burdens, you're trying to see it from a different perspective, but you feel quite trapped by this situation. So you're trying to heal yourself, but you're really not sure, whether you want to persevere with this or not. What I get here is, although both parties are quite defensive, there's quite a competitive sort of ending to this here, ending to the situation, because I do see a good, solid conversation taking place. And I do see you moving forward with this person after a period of having a very deep and meaningful conversation. So I think that both of you haven't been talking the whole time in a way that was really productive. And that's what's about to take place now. So the universe is offering you an opportunity to both move into this time where you can really talk about what's going on in order to have this relationship based in truth. It's very interesting. I've got the card of the Sacrifice coming out here. So let's see what that says for you. Okay. The Sacrifice asks that you offer to Spirit that which is most precious to you. Your offering will be sanctified and returned tenfold. You will be elevated to the altar at which you've been praying and meet the divine at the table with the heavenly feast. You are a welcome guest in this banquet. Your heart is the only offering you can bring. Life has been generous with you in so many ways. It says, what is the one personal thing that you cannot live without? Is it time to offer it all to Spirit so that it may unfold as it will? Do not cling to the old form or allow your sacrifice to weigh heavily upon you. You have sacrificed yourself and your dreams for too long. Now is the time to rededicate yourself to your journey. When you make sacred, you open the doors to infinite wealth. Do not delay. So what that's trying to say to you is that, you don't control this situation. Offer it up to the universe. Offer it up to whoever you're your God or your person is, because this is all in the hands of the divine here. So by doing that, you are able to see more clearly to work out what direction to go here. So to me, it looks like with the Two of Cups, Ace of Swords, that you will have a really good conversation about this and move forward on this in a much more open and clear way. Thanks, everyone.